Hi, this is Anthony with Land Title. I wanted to bring you the detached market update for the city of Boulder. What a remarkable market this is in, right? We are in one of the most expensive markets on the entire Front Range here in the city of Boulder, and we have so much demand for the amount of inventory we have. Compared to the attached market, this is even outperforming the attached market. And look at this, average sold price in the city of Boulder now $1.5 million. It just keeps climbing. So now that we see this ultra high price point, it's high barriers to entry, and we're still seeing numbers like month over month and year over year increases in the average sold price, right? Now, granted, remember that the luxury and the high-end market did not do well this time of year last year, so take that with a grain of salt. Your luxury home or your home in Boulder probably didn't actually appreciate 32%. Things were pretty stale and stagnant at this time because of the shutdown last year, and the jumbo financing rules were not really. It was really locked up, right? So this is a big shift, but do understand that yes, there's some real market appreciation taking place. We have these ultra low inventory levels, but we did see way less under contract and way less sold, and we're starting to kind of level out there. Now, we're so low that it's going to take us a while to build out of this marketplace. So if you didn't buy or sell, you really haven't missed the boat yet, but it is some hope for buyers. And as a seller, you definitely could still list a property and get top dollar for it. As you can see, high demand. We are really suffering with the under contracts in a lot of ways because there's just not enough inventory coming on the market to fill up the buyer demand, even at this price point. The solds are way down. Same basic thing, right? Not enough under contracts lead to not enough sales, and we're probably going to fall short of some of the months we've had previously because there's not enough inventory coming on the market. Now you can see if you look at this average days on market, or I'm sorry, average sold price slide, you can really see that this number has been trending up for a while now. And over the last year, we're starting to see some really good market appreciation. The 32% year over year is obviously kind of a little out of whack because it doesn't make a ton of sense. We're comparing that back here. So, they bounce around a little bit, but do understand that you really are getting some high appreciation in a market like Boulder right now. And this is a good indication of this if you kind of look at the long-term trends. Now, the sold units, this is how we know that we're at the mercy of new listings coming on the market. And this is why it's such a seller's market in the city of Boulder. In a normal seasonal market, we would see this as just a nice, pretty curve, right? And with May being only 111 sales instead of 131, or like somewhere in the middle between April and June, usually May is one of our stronger months, right? And the reason it was so low is there just wasn't enough that came on the market in May. People kind of took a break from listing properties, and a bunch of weird things are taking place this year, right? 2021 is definitely everything but normal. So we're way up in total sales, right? We're 31% over where we were a year ago. A lot of that had to do with the shutdown last year. And we're going to really see this kind of trend down, probably right in line with what we saw last year, if the listings come on the market, right? So we're kind of at the mercy of people wanting to sell their properties. So if you want to sell your property, excellent time to do so because it will definitely sell, assuming you price it appropriately. But this is a good sign for the market. It's just a tough sign if you're a buyer. So keep in mind that buyers are really kind of having to be patient, stick with it. And there's been bidding wars and all this other stuff that takes place in these markets as well. So Boulder is a good indication of just what the higher end of the market is doing and how this is kind of acting. The higher end of the market has done remarkably well in 2021. You can really see here that even with the high prices in the city of Boulder, you're really seeing that we're only at about a month of inventory still. And this is going to bounce around right here when it looks like probably for the majority of the year until it starts to drop off in the winter again. So good opportunity to get out and go shop now before we have that fall and winter market that will absorb even more of the inventory where we don't have more listings coming on the market. So we're in a strong seller's market because we're at 1 month of inventory. It's a great time to list a property, but if you want to be a buyer and you want to purchase in this marketplace, I would encourage you to do so sooner than later. The days on market are a good indicator of just how fast this market's moving. We should be at the lowest days on market for the year at this point. 33 days on market, they usually bottom out somewhere around that May, June, July timeframe, and then it'll trend back up. but it's obvious that we have just an incredible amount of demand. So it's hard to say what happens, but most likely we should probably see something like what we saw last year in the fall, where it's kind of a plateau. So it'll probably rise a little bit, but 33 days on market is remarkably fast. If you want your house to turn over super quick, buyers are active, right? We saw that in July, we saw that in June. So not that it'll go under contract first weekend maybe, but it possibly could, right? And you can see that with 33 days on market. That's time it went active to the time it was actually closed and sold. So these are moving very, very quickly. If you have any other questions on the Boulder market or any other markets in the area, I'm always happy to help. This is Anthony with Land Title, and I'll catch you in the next video.